Hey guys, hey, it's Bri here, coming at you guys with another video. Today I want to talk to you guys about finding your niche, your purpose, what drives you, what's going to get you going in the morning, what's going to get you excited, what's going to wake you up, and all of that fun jazz. So with that said, let's get to talking. I really and truly believe that we all have a purpose here on earth. We all have a niche and we just need to figure out what it is. So here's what you need to do. First things first is just get to writing. Grab that pen and paper and just start writing things down. What is it that you really like? Is it reading? Is it writing? Is it being a lawyer? Is it helping others? Is it nursing, doctor? Whatever it is, just start writing things down. If you could do anything in your life, and you don't even sit there and be like, oh well, I'd have to go back to school. Don't think about any of that stuff. Just think about, if you could do anything in your life, what would it be? What would it be? If you were starting at the beginning and you're like, I get to choose whatever it is that I want to be, what would it be? And then start writing it down. And from there, you need to start going after it. Once you figure out what it is, and you're gonna realize whatever it is, it's going to put a fire in your belly. Like, it's really going to just make you exciting. You're gonna be like dreaming about it. And that night, you're probably gonna dream about it because your guys are gonna be like, okay, let me help you out then. I'm gonna send you dreams. And you're just gonna start dreaming about it and everything. It's gonna be exciting and wonderful. Start going from there. So once you figure that out, then start figuring out how you could go after it. If it's being a doctor and you're like 30-some years old, that's okay. Have you ever watched Grey's Anatomy? Some of those people start over when they're 30-some years old. I know Grey's Anatomy is a bad example because it's not really being a doctor. There's so many things that makes me cringe on there because it's not right. But you know what? It's a good example in this sense, because you know what? Those people start over and it's okay. You are never too old to chase your dreams. You are never too old to go after what it is that you want to do. What's wonderful about this day and age is so many people are waking up and they're coming to the realization that life doesn't need to be hard, that we don't need to work hard we don't need to work ourselves to death for things that we don't want. We don't need to work for that corporation if we don't want to. And people are realizing that they can do other things too that you don't need to have a degree for. People are starting YouTube channels, they're starting their own stores, they're starting their own adventures, they're going and doing stuff. They're realizing that they can manifest whatever it is that they truly want. It's just, they have to want it. You need to want it. Once you know what it is that you want, I want you to write it down. I want you to write it down on a piece of paper and I want you to bury it. I know this sounds weird, right? Bury it like you would a seed, like you're gonna grow a plant. Think about it. When you bury a seed, what happens? It's going to root into the ground. And from those roots, it's going to start to sprout up. And from that sprout, it's gonna start to bloom a flower. Do you see what you just did there? You just put the seed, you planted the seed, now its roots are gonna start to grow. You're gonna start to figure out, okay, how am I going to achieve this? How am I going to get to do this? What do I need to do to make sure that I can do it in the best way possible? What do I need to do for the next step? And then from there, it's gonna start to grow. Once you get those roots, it's going to start to grow up a stem. And you're gonna start to see things just kind of falling into place. And then all of a sudden, one day you're gonna realize that it bloomed into this flower, and there you are. You're doing the thing that you want. Your niche, your purpose, you're doing it. But you've got to start somewhere. You can't always start at the top. I wish there was a way. I'm still trying to figure this out. If you can manifest starting at the top, but I haven't figured that part out yet. Once I do, trust me, I'm gonna tell everybody. I'm gonna be like, here's how you start at the top, okay? Starting right here. But we have to start somewhere, right? Well, guess what? We all start as a seed. We're all starting as a seed. Then where our roots are starting, and then the stem, and then the flower. So that's what I want you to do. Once you figure out what it is, I want you to write it down. It can be any time. It can be during a new moon, which a new moon is perfect for manifestation. Or it can be during a full moon, or it can be in between, whenever you want. It doesn't have to be at a specific time. While a new moon is the strongest time to set those intentions, It can be anytime. It really and truly can. This is your magic. This is your manifestation. This is your life. If you wanted to get started now, then do it now. Don't wait till tomorrow. You know, what's amazing and what's wonderful is my guides, they will send me these dreams and these ideas and stuff, and I'm sitting here going, okay, calm down for a second, back off. What do I need to do first? So, you know, they have told me plenty of times, okay, you need to write it down first. So one of the things I love to do is I write it down first. And then, you know, some of the things I've buried and stuff, and the things that I have buried has always come true. The things that I've buried in the ground, because at the same time, I'm also asking Mother Earth to help me. I'm asking all of my guides, angels, ancestors, Mother Earth, whoever I can call upon in the highest and best good, to surround me in a ball of white light and to help me make these things come true. So that's one way to figure out your purpose. You know, you need to know what it is that you want to do. Sometimes it needs to be sitting in quiet meditation. Maybe you're not a writer. Maybe things don't come to you as easily. So take 15 minutes and go and meditate. Go and find a song. You know how many videos are on YouTube about meditation and finding your purpose or your goals? There are so many meditations out there nowadays. There should be no reason why nobody is meditating. There should be no reason why you cannot find the video or this music or whatever that's going to help you figure it out. And remember that this magic comes within you. We all have a little bit of magic. You know, think back when you're a kid and you believed in Santa Claus and you believed in yourself. Well, you need to go back to that person. You need to go back to that little kid that believed in Santa Claus and yourself. And that's what you need to do when you're sitting in meditation. That's what people mean when they say you're creating your own magic. It's because you're taking yourself back and you're going, okay, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a doctor. Okay, how do I do that? Do I still want to be a doctor, or is it something else? Maybe it's not a doctor anymore. Maybe it's a healer of some sort. Maybe you want to learn Reiki. Maybe you want to learn to be a shaman. Maybe you want to learn to do Egyptian healing. Maybe you want to learn how to be a massage therapist. Maybe that's the direction that you want to go in now. That's okay. We're allowed to change directions. We're not supposed to stay on the same path. Because if we were supposed to stay on the same path, it would get boring. And our guides would get bored. And the universe would be like, well, this is easy. Yawn. No, we're not supposed to stay on the same path. I started out as a CNA, and when I was a CNA, I was like, yes, I want to help people. So I went to nursing school. However, I racked up quite a bit of student loans in nursing school, and it freaked me out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is what nursing school is all about. It's so expensive. And I didn't like it because the only thing that kept going through my head was all that debt that I was racking up. And I was like, I don't like this. I don't want to poke people. I don't like poking people. It's not fun. There's nothing fun about poking somebody and taking their blood. It wasn't in my charts. It wasn't what I really wanted, but it was what other people wanted for me. While yes, I did love being a CNA, it's true. I did have parts and times when I loved being a CNA. It's where I was supposed to start. And I wasn't, you know, nursing got me going and realizing that what I wanted to do was help others, and I wanted to figure out how to heal others. And then I realized that I am a healer, and then I found out that I am an empath, and that's where all of those weird emotions come from. And you know, and then from there it just went on and on and on. And then I learned tarot cards, and I realized that I could help people in a different way. But again, it started with me being a CNA over here. And then all of a sudden, when I would see, like, you know, I worked night shift one night, and I'm like, what was that white thing that just went by the door? That just happened. You know, all of a sudden I realized that those gifts weren't just my imagination. I wasn't crazy or anything. That was really happening. It's just now I was awakening. I was waking up and realizing, oh, hey, guess what? This is really happening. Okay then. So meditation, writing it down, burying it in the ground. You know, once you know what you want, you can write it down, start writing, meditate. You know, some other things you can maybe do is go for a walk outside, you know, and things will come to you sometimes when I'm walking or I'm running. If I go for a run, because you know, my brain all of a sudden is concentrated only on keeping me breathing while I'm running, all of a sudden thoughts will come through my head, and I'm like, oh, hey, yoga, that's another great time to figure out what it is that you're passionate about. These things come to us at this time because we're not thinking about 20 billion different things. we're only concentrated on, you know, the one thing. We're concentrated on quieting our minds. In yoga, you're concentrated on listening to your body. You're concentrating on, you know, the poses and that kind of stuff. And especially when you first start, you're also concentrating on the fact that you're not flexible at all. So it's like, what the heck is going on here? But you know, all of this stuff is happening and it's slowing your brain down so your guides can help you, so your higher self can help you figure out what it is that your purpose and your niche here on earth is. Then once you know, I want you to bury it. I want you to write it down on a piece of paper. I want you to bury it in the ground with the intention that it's going to grow like a seed. Bury it just like you would a seed with the intention that it's going to grow. All right, so with that said, I hope that you guys find your niche, your purpose here on earth, because we all deserve to find it and we all should find it. And if you're noticing and you're looking around, all these people are waking up or they're coming out of the forest, whichever way you want to look at it, and we're about to have a mass waking up. And guess what? That's great and that's wonderful, and I'm super excited. I'm super excited for you to find your purpose and your niche here on earth. And whatever it is, I hope you find it, and I hope you bury it just like a seed, and I hope it comes true for you. Don't stop until it comes true for you. If that's what you want, go for it. Don't stop there. Start going for it. Figure it out. Take it step by step if you need to. You know, when I started my online business, when I started doing readings for people again, I started step by step. I started by starting a Facebook page. I started by doing my first reading. I started by doing a live. You know, I took it step by step by step by step. And that's what you need to do also. Take it step by step by step by step. But start by figuring out what it is that you want to do, not what anybody else wants you to do. With that said, I hope you guys find your niche, your purpose here on earth. I love you guys. Bye.